Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mr. Swords' physical science classroom. I'm excited to be your teacher this year. I teach physical science grade 6, and I do things a little bit differently than what you may have done in the past. It is what is called the flipped classroom model. And so what this video is about giving you the understanding as to what I do in the classroom, why I do those things, and also it gives you an understanding as to why they're doing the homework the way that they do, if there is homework at all when we go through it. And so this video is meant to inform you about those types of changes that are going on in my classroom. First, I wanted to start off with some beliefs about your child. If you're a parent watching this, a parent or guardian, I believe with all my heart that every child can be resourceful and successful when he or she gives their best effort. And so I believe when they're giving their best effort, they're willing to take that help when it's needed. They're willing to be resourceful and successful. Every child learns in different ways. I mean, some children learn through music, other kids learn through actively hands-on learning, others learn by reading, others learn by many other different ways, those modes and different intelligences. Every child has an inquisitive nature and wants to understand what they don't know. And so what I try to do in my classroom is I try to gear it towards that inquisitive nature. And also, I believe that science is best learned by active participation in the inquiry, in the science process, but not always about reading or about watching what others have learned. And so my biggest focus in the flipped classroom is that science is best learned by doing science, not by reading it, not by watching it. And so what we're going to be working on in my class is doing science. Okay, and so part of what will be done at home is some of why that science, why those things occurred in our class that day, or what will be occurring in our class. And so that's why we have these videos that are going on at home. And so what is this flipped learning idea? It changes where and when instruction takes place. And so what instruction I mean by that is, through direct intervention with information. Okay, and so instead of direct instruction of lessons in class, students will watch videos, lessons, and examples on their own during their individual time. It could be even during class or at home if I assign it as homework. And examples on their own while able to apply and dig deeper to content in class. Okay, so at home they're learning about some of the basics, or they're getting the reasons why some things happen in class the day before, and then in class we work on applying, doing real life examples. This allows for a greater amount of active learning in my class when I'm there. Okay, some of the parents that I've talked to say they don't remember a lot about my science class or about their science class when they were younger. And so these videos have helped them help their children as they were working on their homework. And so rather than having to go home and your child is asking for help, they're able to get that help at home. You are able to support them in their learning. And then when they come to class, they come to class prepared and ready to get a greater understanding about the learning. What it does not do, it doesn't lessen the face-to-face interactions they have with me. In fact, it increases it. Some parents have asked, well, if you're doing the videos at home, if you're doing the teaching at home, you're not teaching my child in class, and that's just simply not the case. They're doing science and they're actively participating rather than doing guided notes in their seats. It's not replacing my teaching. Okay, some students have wondered, well, it just means you're not teaching. It's only a tool that I use. It's a tool in the toolbox. Sometimes I won't use videos. Sometimes I'll just do discussions in class. I'm not running away from teaching in class. Some parents have said that, well, if you're teaching on videos, what are you doing in my class? It doesn't dismiss me from teaching. What it does is it allows me to teach to your child, not to the class. if you understand what I mean by that. It's not about the videos. It's about what activities I can do because of these videos. What does homework look like? Well, homework's called a WISC, as I said earlier. It stands for watch, summarize, and question. Okay, so you're going to your child will watch the video and do the notes. Then they will summarize using the Google Forms that that will be attached to every video I send through Moodle. And then they will question. They must ask a question that is a higher order thinking question. And so in class, we're doing WISC chats, which will be we're discussing the stuff that we watched last night, any questions we had, and they're learning from each other as well as I'm going around and asking those questions. What are they doing in class? We're going to be doing some lab cycles where they're going to be doing learning centers, class projects, individual research. They're going to be doing some science blogs where they're going to be discussing through blogging what they learned. They're also going to be doing quizzes and tests. That's granted. But also we're going to be doing some other types of assessment through using 2.0 tools online. And also I'm going to be working with your child through this. And so your child is going to be actively learning in class with a teacher to assist, guide, and assess their understanding. And so I want to go through some efficiency, some thoughts. Our homework is called a WISC, which may take about between 10 to 20 minutes. During class the next day, we talk about those questions your child has and those summaries that they did the night before for their WISC homework. Then we do some active labs and learning on the content. And then we wrap up, clean up, and assign. They'll be doing maybe 2 to 3 WISCs per week. And obviously homework is not going to be every day. I'm not going to have your child sitting in front of a computer every day to work on this. But what it does do, I love this part, it gives us about 40 to 50 minutes to actually working and discussing that content. So if you'd like some more resources, you can go on Twitter and search #FlipClass. You can also do, these are different other sites, and you could also access my YouTube link here. And so I'd like to thank you so much for checking out this video. Again, if you have any questions, please go back on this video or email me on my email, mitchell_swords@pequayvalley.org if you have any questions. There's also a parent letter that has gone home, and that also goes into further detail as to what is the flip class. And so thank you so much. I'm looking forward to working with your child this year. And if you are a student watching this, I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm so excited for this year.